I think Joe's the best quarterback in the league,
like
and I know Patrick is phenomenal, but I just think Joe's more consistent.
When's the last time you lost it?
There were some intense conversations on the sideline against the Chiefs last year in the AFC Championship game.
The Bengals-Chiefs rivalry is everything that people predicted the Bills-Chiefs rivalry would be.
Well, I guess I should have seen that coming. Two years have changed a lot. The Bengals now have the luxury that every football team gets. Every little thing is being followed, from contract talks and extensions to draft needs, even allegations. The Bengals are popular. That feels weird to say. They got here through great drafting and free agent signings, but they also got here because of this team. Now, before we go any further, let's just clear the air and make one statement true. The Chiefs helped make the Bengals, and the Bengals prove they are just as good as the Chiefs. Now, let me talk about the faces of the franchises. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. The rivalry between these two is going to be the most interesting one that we have seen. This isn't Brady versus Manning 2, because both have shown to not really be playoff chokers, and both have shown that they can win and succeed when they don't have their star players. This rivalry is essentially this. Patrick Mahomes is the better quarterback, but Joe has the better team. Now, there can be two truths here. The Chiefs can be the best team in football, which they are, and proved after winning the past Super Bowl. But when looking at head-to-head matchups, the Bengals and Chiefs have played 4 times. Each game, the winner won by only 3 points, and the Bengals have won 3 out of 4. This has really sparked a debate. This debate being, how close is the gap between the Bengals and the Chiefs? To be honest, I don't really know. I mean, let's be truthful. We have a real interesting situation where the Bengals did lose significant pieces in Von Bell, Jesse Bates, Hayden Hurst, and Samaje Perine in this past offseason. But not only after losing key factors on both sides of the ball, they've also fixed their needs and made a huge splash. We'll come back there in a second. The secondary is going to be the real question mark here, though. How well will it be this upcoming year with Dax Hill and Nick Scott? People might also believe this might be where we see kind of a rough season for them, and I disagree with this. Even with the departures, this team remains consistent where it matters most: coaching. Dan Pitcher came back as the quarterback coach. Brian Callahan returns as the offensive coordinator, and Lou Anarumo returns as the defensive coordinator. That's now 5 years that these guys have been together, and that's where consistency is almost an anomaly in today's game, where coordinators, especially after back-to-back successful seasons, are scooped up and turned to head coaches. Having that kind of familiarity helps the team, who now have grown accustomed to their coaches and schemes and how to play their brand football. The other reason is, slow start or not, the Bengals are a team with the talent, confidence, poise, and trust in each other to get where they need to be. They started the season off 0-2, and they made it back to the AFC Conference Championship game. The Chiefs, on the other hand, yes, they lost key pieces, but they really showed that might not matter. I mean, this past year was supposed to be a rebuilding year for them, and they won a Super Bowl, so you, I guess. Anyways, I guess the question is, if not the Bengals, who else can step up to the plate and defeat the Chiefs? Maybe the Jaguars? The Bills don't really feel like the team anymore, and the Dolphins only go so far if Tua stays healthy. That's why the Bengals and Chiefs are so interesting when it comes to the AFC, because they are clearly the best 2 teams in the AFC. Plus, after Orlando Brown Jr. signed to the Bengals after just winning a Super Bowl with the Chiefs, and the recent signings of Irv Smith Jr. and Nick Scott, saying he wanted to play with Joe Burrow and felt like he was the missing piece to a Super Bowl, it shows that even now, the Bengals really do feel as if they are Super Bowl contenders. I mean, they've shown it. The message is clear. Cincinnati is a championship contender and is now becoming a free agent destination. If it sounds like I'm talking more about the Bengals here because I love them, well, I do, but that's not really why. It's just because the Chiefs proved everybody wrong. Can I say that it feels like everything's coming up to look to a disappointing season and maybe the Chiefs are a bit overconfident? Possibly, but guess what? That same team that was starring more rookies on their defense in the playoffs than any other team had their quarterback playing on a bad ankle, had questions if they could even beat the Eagles. Well, they proved everyone wrong and won a Super Bowl. So until the season starts, all I can say is the Chiefs are the Chiefs. But that doesn't mean that I don't believe that this is the Bengals' year. If there's ever a time to finally win one, now is the time. And who knows, maybe we'll get Bengals versus Chiefs 3 in the AFC Championship game.